welcome to Helga's Creations. I am Helga. In this video, we're going to be organizing the room that we're currently in. And as you can see, it is kind of already organized behind me, but at the time, we kind of needed to organize the room decently quickly or as soon as possible because we were going to be having my husband's gaming desk in here. So I just started videotaping what we were doing, and didn't even occur to me to possibly at that moment create an intro. So that's what we're doing now. So in this video, like I said, we're gonna be organizing the room, and we're gonna be queuing up the old whips slash projects that I kind of need to complete because they're a little bit more time sensitive. And afterwards, I'm going to show you the knitting patterns that I'm choosing to get yarn for, because there's a fiber festival and I really want to get more into knitting, and I need fancy yarn apparently to really do that. Because not only does it work better with knitting, but I gotta treat myself because, as you will see, I did a good job about organizing, decent job about organizing this room. So let's get to that. All right, and this is what we're working with. Right over there is my travel bag that's mostly, at this current moment, has either just extra yarn that I might need on trips or my cross stitch stuff. That's my whip bag that from you saw from my other videos, previous videos. That is my Nebraska trip whips. That's the plush yarn that needs to be put back. That's just extra things I need to organize. Over here, yeah, that's just stuff in bags. Stuffing. I did try to organize all my yarn. This is acrylic, plush. I think the bottom is also plush or acrylic, some of that. Over here, I have some more whips in there. More content. This is my work area that I need to organize a bit. That's also yarn. We will also have my daughter in here whenever I'm working on stuff or need to help or just need to keep an eye on her while my husband does stuff or uses the restroom, whatever. There's more yarn in there. Cotton. One of them feels like butter. There's other whips that I was working on. T-shirt yarn and whatnot. That's where my husband's desk's gonna go. We have this shelf that I don't know what I'm gonna do with, but for now it has some DMC thread, what's that called? Leftover yarn from projects, my steamer slash iron, that's what it is. And over here is where I would normally take video. Alrighty. We are gonna start on this area where I have my plush yarn in this laundry bin, which I just need to put it in here in this cubby. I think all of it should fit. I think I had everything in there. I don't think I need to organize this top one. This side one, not yet, I don't think. But at least, not this basket, because that's my work in progress basket, but this is stuff that I brought from downstairs, because I like to work in the living room. Here's this tote. This I was using, these are really great, not just for breastfeeding, but also to crochet so that your arms don't get tired if you're in a seating where you can't have something on your arms for stability and for them not to get too tired. And then here I have a few things to put away, like cotton yarn. I do have a completed whip in here. This is the Oleander scarf with oh, what's the yarn called? Hologram? I'm not too sure. But I'll look it up afterwards. This is so soft. It's a little fuzzy, but the fuzzies don't really, they just feel really soft. So it doesn't feel like they're just gonna make you sneeze if you have your head around or have it in your face. Excuse me. But, oh wait, it's backwards. Oh my goodness. I did not get to wear this all that much just because it didn't get too cold or as cold as I thought it would. Here in semi-mid Missouri. So, oh well. Hopefully, I don't know if I should say hopefully or not, for it to get colder next year, but it would be nice to at least getting it to wear outside of the house or outside of taking pictures with it. But yeah, I love this colorway. It's amazing. I'll add it on the screen what yarn it is, because off the top of my head, I don't know. I do have my daughter here, if you hear her in the background. She woke up from a nap. So, what do you do? Babies. So yeah, I'm gonna at least do a little 2 times speed of what I'm doing for a little bit to show you guys, but I'll get with you on my next update about this corner of the room. As you can see, I just got done with putting all the plush yarn in the cubby. There are a few stragglers of acrylic and cotton stuff that I need to put away as well. But I did find my original, this is a pattern that I was learning to do for knitting with acrylic yarn, and this is when I figured out that I want natural fiber yarn for knitting. So you will see me buying fiber yarn from, or natural fiber yarn from my local yarn stores, specifically for knitting, possibly crocheting, just because I would like to use those for my family and I. And then anything I make for friends or blankets or things that I'm practicing on as well, patterns that I'm practicing on to get my skills be better. I'll use acrylic, polyester, but natural fibers would be things for specifically for knitting, me and my family, clothing items, and then maybe if I'm practicing certain knitting styles, I will also use natural fibers and gift it to someone who I think would appreciate it more, because those can get expensive. So I will finish organizing any of the, oh, look at that. I found another ball of plush thing. But yeah, it's just putting away some other acrylics, little things that I've started, like this sunflower pouch, put it into a work in progress, or a bag that will, a project bag that will just keep these, because I did make a bunch of these to make a bunch of pouches. So that'll be probably its own project video, or whip video of its own. So I will finish up at least, I don't know if you won't be able to see this all around me. There you go. I'll get this corner done. We'll see how much time I have before moving on to something else, and maybe tackle this area next to the bins that just has miscellaneous stuff that I brought from downstairs that I just shoved in there, which was not a good idea, but again, I just needed somewhere to put it. But I'll show you the ending results whenever I'm done. I was getting on here. I've done a little bit of progress, but this is why you definitely need to keep, or me, I definitely need to keep my crafts organized, because in this little tote, I have been searching my craft room for I don't know how long, but it's been a while, because I have been looking for a 6.5 millimeter and a 7 millimeter hook for my projects, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll size up, or I guess I'll go to 6, and the project came out fine, but I'm really adamant, if I want to use a specific hook size, I want to use that hook size, because then it's not going to come out as well as I think it would be if I would have. And then I'm thinking, well, what if? What if it would have turned out better or looking better? But, yep. And here's another 7 millimeter that I knew I had in a different hook. Here's another 6 millimeter that I knew that I had another hook of this size. What else? I think that's it. But keep your stuff organized, and you won't be searching for hours on end for specific things. And yeah, I'll show you how I organize my hooks and notions and stuff, but I'm gonna stop waving those around. As you can see, it's a lot better organized. All the yarn should be in their what's the word? In their correct spot, yes. And all my whips are right there. All that, all in those cubbies, in those project bags, are all whips. So that will be a whole different video. This specifically it was a pattern that I'm working on, where it's not gonna be anything fancy, but I wanted to do a rectangle back. I just need to figure out sizing first of all. So I wanted to do a rectangle back. It was gonna be like a cropped rectangle back with granny squares in front, because there was a pattern that I saw that had 4 granny squares, but I kind of wanted the drapey look in the front and then having this in the back and then with the sleeves and, or yeah, chain sleeves, something simple, and then the regular granny square in the front. But I have been on and off working on sizing and seeing how many stitches I need to start with and so on and so forth. So there's still some work needed on the top of these white cubes. I do have these two bins with miscellaneous stuff. Excuse my husband. Miscellaneous stuff that either, no, I probably just need one. I have to go through it because there's hooks, there's these ornament things that I can make Christmas ornaments with, the yarn that someone gifted me. This goes with a piece on here where you can dangle this off of your wrist and you can walk and crochet, or you can dangle it in your vehicle. My daughter's enjoying herself apparently. You can dangle this in your vehicle if you're being a passenger princess, and you can crochet and it just twists as you use up the yarn. So I need to figure out a good place for this because I have this one specifically and this, which again has notions, hooks, rings, because I was making keychains at one point. So for now, I'm just gonna put it on this. I just noticed that all the, or most of the, as long as it stays semi-closed, the cats don't really get into it all that much. But this is it. You are standing on top of my husband's gaming desk. And then my work desk is still a bit of a mess just because I was moving, when we were moving things around. It's like, we'll see where this goes. Alright, so I have cleared this top shelf and I'm going to add more yarn. So someone had reached out to me on Facebook because I had created a fiber craft group here in my little small town. So someone reached out and said if I wanted their yarn that they no longer wanted, no longer used. I said sure. Unexpectedly, it was a lot of yarn. And she actually reached out to me twice. And there's also more yarn in the garage. I kept it in there because it was cold. And, you know, just in case if there's any bugs, I had it in there. I even got a pretty small bag, but compacted with knitting, and I think it was mostly knitting magazines. I'll have to make a separate video on that because it is pretty interesting and there's so many of them. I do want to make a copy of all of them and share it within my group, in my 3 fiber craft groups that I'm for, because I'm currently making another one for a different town. But so 3 to 4 fiber groups that I'm in. Maybe they would be interested in seeing the old patterns and maybe creating something from them. So I'm actually down to, I used to have 4 boxes, but I'm down to 3 because I did give it to one of my friends who comes to my craft group, and she said she had a really good idea that we can use this yarn to make winter hats, either knitted or crocheted, however I wanted. Winter hats to give to the women's shelter because Hy-Vee had a sign last year that they were looking for somebody that can make or donate knitted or crafted up winter hats, or you can go buy ones from Walmart and give it to them, and that they were looking for hats, scarves, and I believe gloves, and that they were going to give it to the women's shelter. And I thought that was a really great idea. So I'm going to use this yarn to, one, continue practicing knitting, but I need somewhere to put this yarn. And you will see, I might have to move things around because I don't think that there's enough space. And if need be, there's another little shelf above that I could move things around, because I no longer need it to use anything that was in those boxes. So we'll see. So we've got this box. It is almost filled to the top, and I wound all this yarn myself just so that'd be a little more organized. But there's still, I think if I have any scrap yarn or smaller balls, I can add it to this. But this honestly would be really good for all my scrap yarn, and I could do a scrappy something and give it out or something. So we've got this one. This is a smaller box than the other two. So you're warned. Here is the second one. This one has more full skeins of yarn, and I could maybe add two skeins of yarn more to this box, but it is very full. So that's the second box. Third box is this one. Now, at the time, but right before the lady had asked if I wanted this donated yarn, I was really wanting to try to make the scrunchies that PassioKnit Kelsie makes, and she uses velvet yarn, and I was trying to find it at Hobby Lobby. They didn't have exactly what I wanted. Joann was closed. Michael's they're still in the process of getting more of the Joann yarn in their stores. So I was like, okay, well, I really don't want to order it. I don't have to try and make her pattern, or I don't have to do it right now. Well, when I was donated this yarn, almost all of this box is Bernat velvet yarn, which I was like, oh my goodness, I hit the jackpot. And there are different colors. There's this quiet pink one. There's this gray one that is vapor gray. There's even this velvety smooth yarn bee in red. This purple. There's another like darker gray in there. I was like, oh my god, I can do it. So I have mostly velvet yarn in here, and then there's some stuff that I wanted to destash that, or maybe I just put stuff in here because I needed a place to put stuff in here. Because I do remember using this for hanging crocheted planters. So maybe I just, since I was moving stuff up here, I was like, I need to put it somewhere, and this is gonna go upstairs anyway. So, yeah. Well, oh well. So, what's this? Oh, that's right. When I was trying to make baby, or when I was making baby hats. So I printed out the pattern because I was new and I was like, I don't know how many more stitches to go. It's in the round. Just add one more single crochet and increase. But anyways, yeah, I have a lot of yarn. And then also, when I first started crocheting and I went to my first fiber craft group, it's about, I travel up to 20 minutes to that specific one, and they also got some donated yarn, and I went and got a few, and I can show you, there were so many of these balls of this like really nice gray green color. It actually looks blue, a little bit more bluish, but it's like a pastel green something. And I crocheted my first full-blown cardigan. I can put up a picture of it just because I don't have it in here. But I was really proud of myself for doing that. So I had gotten a bunch of that yarn. I was making a top with this one. I don't know what it is just because there was absolutely no labels. There was absolutely no labels on any of the yarns, so I was just like, yeah, I'll take it. I don't know what it is. I'll figure something out. I got so much of this yarn, and it's really nice. I love the gradient in it. It's green, blue, some gray. I even have some of this purplish yarn that feels like acrylic. But yeah, this yarn, let's see if I can find it. I was making a top. In the end, I figured it'd be a really good top. But I just need to put straps on it. But it was gonna be like off the shoulder with skinny straps here, but I just didn't end up finishing it. So in here will just be also that. I might as well just take it out. So this is also going to be, if I ever need to destash where I need to do scraps, or I get donated more yarn for whatever reason, I can add it into here. But I might have to move some things around or push it down a little more and make some more room, just because I don't think all three of these would fit. But let's see. Let's put the lid on this and let's go with, ooh. Oh, that barely fits. Yeah, there's about 5 inches of clearance. Oh, jeez. Alright, let's do this one. Why? Yeah, this is not fitting in there. So, and this is all my scrap yarn. So, either I organize this one a little more, because I could definitely do that, but I don't think that there's going to be enough room for this third one. Yeah, I think I'll just use it for a stand for the camera, and maybe one of these days I'll empty out that top shelf. But I mean, I don't really have to. We have enough room in this room. there's a little spot next to my desk, and this square shelf or cube shelf, yeah, I'll just put it over there and then use it for a stand for the camera, and then slowly I will use up the yarn to make the winter hats. Alrighty, so a bit of a newbie mistake. I forgot to charge my battery, so I've got to charge now, so it's a little bit later. But as you can see, I have these they're I guess it's like a mat that you can like puzzle together, where I can, once I finish a especially like a garment or a tapestry, I connect these together. I can steam my project and it'll lay flat, or I can stretch it out to the width or length that I want it to. So it's really good. I've only used it for my tapestries that I've made, which it's only two. It's the dead inside one that I will put a picture up for it, and it worked really well, and so I can't wait to do more tapestries and clothing and make them look a little bit better, a little straighter. Yeah. So that is that there. Skills. Anyways, over here, this bag, I ended up putting all of my pieces of scrap and polyfill filling, or what I've done is any pillows that I no longer need because they've gone like super flat, and I don't care to fluff them, or there's not really a way to do it. I took out all the stuffing from the pillows and I put them in here. I do have actual polyfill over here, so once I use that, I can move it over into this bag once I've used this one. I hung my, I'll get that later. I hung my Oleander scarf, and I figured I can hang some of my projects here, some that I just don't end up using straight away. So this area should be all done. The next thing I want to do is, on the cube shelf, I have two. That's great, I just broke one. It's alright. I have two of these boxes, I guess, where I have a bunch of things, where it's hooks, notions, things that I've used to create something crocheted that I could use in the future, but I just don't really be using it now. So I did empty out a box. This one. And I'm gonna put anything like metal related, where I was trying to do keychains. So I have some O-rings, some keychain clips, anything like that, I'm gonna put it in. These are, oh my goodness, what are they called? These are hair ties. And they can be used to make scrunchies. So I bought a few when I was trying to find the velvet yarn that PassioKnit Kelsie makes. And so I bought a few just in case. So things like that where it's only for specific projects that I would make, and I don't know when I'm gonna make them again. So I'll just put them in this. And then one of these can be used for all of my hooks. Another one can be used for stitch markers, or like things that could help me if in case I'm using all of my ergonomic hooks. I can then use the metal hooks, and because they kind of hurt my hand when I do it, I can use these spongy things, slide it onto the handle, and crochet with them. So that's gonna be the next thing I do. And then the last thing I want to do is organize this shelf. My husband bought me some of these collapsible storage bins where they fit into these cubes. And what I want to do is put this scrap yarn and leftover yarn from projects, put that, now I have to take it down the bin. Either put it in the bin or put it in the scrap with the polyfill, and pop these open and put all the whips that I want to not currently, but the whips that are next in line that I want to do. So there's 6 cubes. So there's 6 cubes right now, and I will fill each cube with a project that I want to try and make along the way. So if, like my mother said, if you say that you're bored or have nothing else better to do, I mean, she would say the dishes can be done, the floor can be swept. If I say I got nothing to do, I've got projects that I can complete and progress. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I will show you the ending, and that would be all. And I'll show you how the room ends up looking. And afterwards, we're gonna choose what whips to put in here. And then on Saturday, I'm gonna be going to a fiber festival in St. Louis. So I'm gonna run through some of the patterns that I want to get yarn for. They're not gonna be something that I'm gonna be making right this moment, but I really want nice yarn to do some knitting projects with, which is a huge undertaking because I only know how to do basic knit and purl stitch to make the ribbed winter hats. So luckily I have a friend that can teach me what I'm doing wrong, or if I'm doing things right. So we will get to that after we choose the whips that I want to put in line. Alright, so I've got all my squares built. Now, let me show you my my whips stash. And if you're new to crafting, I don't think whips is a specifically fiber craft word or saying. So this could be for anything that you are currently making, whether it be fiber or something else. So whips is works in progress, and if you're a lot like me, I definitely have quite a bit of works in progress. So let's choose six whips that I can progress on if I ever need something different to take my mind off whatever I'm working on. Or I know one whip would be a blanket that I'm making for one of my friends who is having a baby in a few months. So that's something that since it's going to be a baby blanket and it'll take a while, it's something that I can just work on it here and there and progress on it every other day or a few times a week. But I know that it's going to be a long process to make it. So this is the blanket. It is called Interlock Blanket, and it's to do with Tunisian crocheting. And Tunisian crocheting is you use either a regular size hook or an extra long hook that I can show real quick. So because my squares aren't too big, I can use a regular crochet hook. But if I was using bigger yarn and having more squares on it, I could use something like this. And it's got the same type of end as a regular crochet hook. It's just extra long. So that's what that is. And it does take a while now to go up because I'm working diagonally. So I start from this end and go diagonally and on this other end, and I just make it as big as I want. And then once I'm ready to, once I've reached the correct or the length that I want or width that I want, I'll just go back down how many squares I actually make. So this will be project number 1. So this one, I have to at least finish it by July, I believe. But because of how the stitches are in Tunisian crochet, where there's barely any holes in and they're really tight stitches, it's kind of feels a little bit thick. So even if I finish it in the fall, it would be perfect for the baby. So that's project number 1, like I said. So we'll put it in 1 cube. All right. I'll pick that up later. The next one is also for the same friend, and she wanted a star onesie. And I can't off the top of my head remember who the artist is or the creator of the pattern, but I'll put it up on the screen. And this is a technically two in one project. So I'm going to be making the onesie in this. It's called Sweet Snuggles Light Yarn in the color Coral. So also this one, even if I don't finish it when she gives birth, I can probably give it to her whenever it's winter because of how thick and fluffy it is. It is so soft too. So it's going to be very warm for the baby, and I don't think the baby's going to enjoy being born in mid-summer and having something so thick. But I'll ask when she wants it done or how big, what the size she wants for it, and I'll make it however she wants. And so along with this, the reason she chose the coral is because she wanted a Patrick Star color. So she doesn't know, and I'm hoping that she doesn't find my YouTube channel, but I'm also going to make, by the same artist, the Patrick Star shorts. And I've got the yarn. Oh, where's the phone? Oh, there you go. I'm actually, so I bought this yarn recently, and I'm using leftover yarn, so destashing, leftover yarn from the Circles to Squares blanket Even though it's not like it's not a lavender, it's more of a periwinkle, it's still very close to the flower color that's on Patrick's pants or shorts. So technically it's gonna be a 2-in-1 because they're gonna go together, and the shorts are not gonna be that. It's gonna be easily gonna be put over the onesie, and it's not gonna take that long, I'm sure. So technically that is whip number 2. Now whip number 3, I'm gonna go for an easy one, and it's probably cheating. But all I need to do for this project is to finish it. It's just got 1 row left, and then I have to cinch it up, and that's it. And this is the ribbed winter hat ribbed hat, I believe, by PassioKnit Kelsie. And these are what I'm going to be making for the women's shelter. So this is going to be project number 2. And it may be cheating a little because it's going to be super easy, but I'm going to be finishing a project / finishing a whip, which is what I want to do. Okay, so that's the number 3. Number 4, let's see. It'll be also finishing this. It is technically done. Don't get me wrong. This is the star blanket. I'll have to look up what it's called. It's huge, and I love the colorway, how it came out. But this is for my daughter, and all I need to do is weave in my ends, which means I just have to weave them into the stitches so that it doesn't come apart and she's not able to pull it and it become holey, and then I have to figure out how to fix it. So that's also an easy project for me to do, but it'll be something that's done and I can put it in her bedroom so that it'll look nice, and then when she's older she can use it. So that's 4. Let's go for something a little more time consuming, and I hope my husband's aunt also doesn't find my YouTube channel because this is for her, and I'm hoping I can finish this by Christmas, because I've been trying to make it for the past year, and the one thing that prevented me from doing that was it's going to be, well, first of all, this pattern is going to be there's some horrors in this house, Afghan, and so it's the color changing. I'll be doing color changing, and the words are gonna be red. In the video it looks very bright red, but it's more like a deep red, and I needed to wind these up in separate balls to kind of use each ball as a bobbin. So I've only got the bottom portion done. I'm going to be needing to start the words, so that's also gonna be, I have quite a few months before Christmas, so, and it's gonna be easy. I really do enjoy tapestry patterns, so I'll have that in my Bon Jovi project bag. So that's gonna be project number 5. Yeah. Last pattern on the list. Let's see. Well, for this one, it's gonna be a pillowcase using the Big Twist. I'll have to put it on the screen, but Big Twist plush yarn that you can, or that I found at the dollar store, and it's so soft too, and I wanted to use it up, and so I was just holding it double with 2 different colors. So I need to buy more yarn for this just to finish the pillowcase. So I can't do this one right now. Another project that I have is this is supposed to be the middle of a flower pillow. I had thought I misplaced it or threw it away for some reason, so I couldn't find these, and I had to make a brand new middle part for a flower pillow. And I'll put on the screen what the pattern is and how it ended up looking like. So if I already got the middle part done, I can do the flower petals too. And it's not that hard. I can easily finish it within a day because it's a pretty simple pattern. It's just a repetitive to do the flower petals. And I also enjoyed it. So I could probably do this one last. And so let's choose. I think I might have some purple. Yeah, I don't have much plush yarn, so I can use the second ball that I was gonna use, or that, yeah, because I wasn't sure how much I needed, so I can do this color. I don't have any other plush yarn, so I think I can just use one ball for the flower petals, especially if I use a smaller hook, it'll come out the way that I need it to. So we can do that. But let me show you the rest of the projects. This one is also going to be an Afghan. This is the waffle stitch, a waffle stitch pattern, just because it's got the waffle tube look. And I didn't finish this. It was going to be a lapgan or a throw, whatever size I could get it to. But it takes up so much yarn, and I thought I didn't have any more. Apparently, I have another 3 balls of this Big Twist Serenity. And I did see that I can order more if I needed to, because I think I used up about 6 balls already for this one. And it's only this long. So I'm definitely going to need a whole lot more. And I'm going to put it in, I'm going to ask my friends or family members if they would like it, just because pink isn't my color. As you'll see throughout the videos, this is the most graphic or the most colors that I would wear, only because I'm at home, I'm not going out, but I normally wear black, gray, darker blue, dark red like a maroon or burgundy, maybe dark green, and then one specific purple shirt, just because I really like that shirt that I'm sure you've seen me in, or that you'll see me in this video, or you've seen me in this video. Oh my goodness, I don't know. So yeah, pink, not my color, so I'll put it up for grabs, and if anybody wants it, they can have it. But if not, it's really thick and it would be really nice for winter, so I might just keep it if nobody else wants it. So that's the second one that I'll have in the future for the lineup. This crazy yarn barf. This was the first time I was trying to learn how to knit, and it just didn't come out as well. But now that I know how to make a ribbed hat, this is going to be one of those. I just have to reball it and undo what I was doing. But now that I know how to make a ribbed hat, this is going to be the second one I do. That'll be for the future as well. Let's see. This is a kit that one of my friends got from a family member or friend, because they're like, oh hey, you're crafty, you may like to learn how to crochet. She did not. And so she gave it to me because she knew that I did. And so I want to finish this. It's not time sensitive, so I do want to finish this for her son because he's really into dinosaurs. And it's called DIY Handicrafts Dinosauria. This is it. And I've only got the head done. So that's going to be another one for the next whip list. This one, I think I'm almost done with this. I just need to do a few more rows and connect it. But this is gonna be a sweater of some kind. I was trying to de-stash some of my yarn, and I wanted to use this denim looking color yarn. So I'm not sure what the name of it is, so I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, I'm almost done with this, and it's for winter too, because it's long sleeve. It's gonna be for winter, so it doesn't matter if I try and do it quickly either. Let's see. There are some knitting. This I have to unwind and do something else with the yarn, just because I didn't really care for the pattern anymore to make a scarf. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with this. So it's not going to be in my whip section. It's just going to be in my yarn section. But at some point I'll figure out what to do. These are all the sunflower paths that I have. It's acrylic, so I can't really give them to people as coasters. But these is going to be the pouches that I showed you earlier. So these are a whole bag of them that I can finish, and that'll be for later. I don't really care to finish it right now. Any more whips? I know that there's a whip downstairs that I was making for my sister-in-law. It was going to be the night something cardigan. But such a pretty cardigan, and when I saw it, I instantly thought of them. And I really want to make it for her, but I gotta figure out a substitute for the Feels Like Butter yarn, because it uses different kinds, and a black, a dark gray, and maybe a lighter gray. And I was looking at trying to order more of the black yarn or black color, and it's sold out. I was having issues even when I first started crocheting, and that was one of the first patterns that I bought. It was just not, it was getting sold out. I couldn't find it in store, in Joann. So either I wait and keep checking every so often if they have it back in stock or not. If not, I'm going to figure out different yarn to use for it, just because it was really soft. I think Michaels has an equivalent to the Feels Like Butter. It's not the same colors, and I think it also is sold out in the black. But I can always try and look for something else. At least from what I can see, that is all the current works in progress that have not progressed. And so I'll put these in the cube shelf. Next time you see me, I'll be showing the patterns that I'm choosing yarn for from the Fiber Festival. Before I finish the video, I want to show what I am planning on making with the yarn that I buy at the Fiber Festival. So I'm looking through ravelry.com, which is specifically for, I believe, fiber art patterns. So anything to do with crochet, knitting, machine knitting, and then loom knitting. Those are specifically the patterns that are on this website. So if you want to use this website, I recommend it. There's so many patterns, and it is really fun to mess around with the with the filters to see what it will show for you, and it'll tell you, a lot of the patterns will tell you how difficult it is, how much yarn you would need, what kind of yarn you would need. So that's just really great to know straight away before buying the pattern, because sometimes I do like to buy the pattern, but like, I need this right now, but I don't have the yarn for it yet. Or I will wait to get the pattern for whenever I do get the yarn. So it depends on your preference or how you feel that specific day, like I do. So I would like to buy yarn for a pattern that I want to make for my husband. So there goes one. A pattern that I want to make for my daughter when she's a year old. That's 2. A cardigan for myself. There's 3. And I'm looking through to see what I want. Either a cardigan or a sweater. What would be good? I think either or. Well, actually, a cardigan for sure, because there is a pattern that you could do a matching one with a baby or with a kid. So technically, I'll be making myself a cardigan, and then have either a similar or a matching one for my daughter. That's gonna be so cute. I'm just so excited to go and look for yarn specifically to have a matching one with my daughter. It's just so cute. And then I'll show on the screen what patterns I end up choosing. And so I'll do a cardigan, and it has a bow here. And then maybe a cropped sweater, which would be perfect for fall. Because even if it takes me a while, I mean, fall isn't too far away for now. And so I could probably do a cropped one just to dip my toes in a sweater and going in the round. And even then, I like to layer, which my mom never understood. Neither do I, but I don't know why I have to have an undershirt, a long sleeve shirt, along with a sweater or a cardigan on top, and then a coat. Maybe I would probably put on a hoodie before I would put on a coat. But with all those layers, I'm good. I think, a little bit of a tangent, I think the reason why I like layering is because I'll be outside, full-blown winter, and I'll have all my layers. And then as I'm going about the day, if I'm going to a specific place, I'll take off the top layer. Well, you know what, I'm walking around, I get a little warm, I'll take off another layer. And I'm still comfortable. I'm still as warm as I need to be. And then sometimes a restaurant is kind of chilly, so having a long sleeve shirt or a cardigan or a little sweater on top is perfect. And I still won't be super cold. So I digress. I think that was the reasoning growing up, and I do have a coat now. Will I wear it without layering? No. Anyways, so the pattern that I want to make my husband is called the Salt Hoodie by Vert Knit. And my husband does not like sweaters, something that will go over his head. He likes a zip up, just because he likes the easiness of taking it off and putting it back on, instead of like messing around and, you know, getting your glasses knocked off because you're trying to take it off. And he doesn't like the restrictingness. He can wear it however he wants. So this specific one looks exactly like what he would wear, and it's a zipper, it's got a hoodie, it's gonna keep him warm. He also does layering, so it's perfect. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's for my husband. The one that I want to make for my daughter is called Not Today Cardigan Junior, by Katharina, Frentz. And this is the one that I want to make matching. Oh, sorry. The one for my husband is either gonna be like a gray. I think I want to go with a gray color, something a little more basic, just because he doesn't do color that much. And then for the Not Today Cardigan Junior, the matching one for my daughter and I don't know if I want to see if anybody has some variegated yarn, or just because I love the color blue, and a lot of people know me to a lot of people know me to specifically get blue items, and I technically don't have a blue item for myself that I have made. But this one, I want to make a blue one for myself, and it has to be a nice blue, maybe a baby blue. But the color that I've been using for my daughter, since I'm not very a pink person, I was doing purple. So I don't know if I can find like a purplish blue yarn so that it's blue enough for me, but not super blue for my daughter. Yeah, that's just what I'm thinking to do. So, and it'll just be so cute. Even if we have a different one, even if we have different colors, we can match. And to me, it's gonna be super cute, especially when I take photographs of us while we're modeling our stuff. It's gonna be adorable no matter what. So I like the idea. So that's gonna be for my daughter and myself. Then the sweater that I'm thinking about doing, the crop sweater that I'm thinking about doing, is the Ursa sweater by Jack Studio. And I kind of want to try a maroon color. I want to get a maroon or burgundy, something like a deep red, maybe reddish, brownish color. Yeah, because I don't have a sweater like that. I think all of my sweaters, pullover sweaters, they're all black that I can think of. So a red, deep red sweater would be really cute, just because I basically only wear leggings, and having my leggings with that sweater on top, and I want it to be a little bit oversized too, so that it's like loose and it hangs. It's gonna be perfect. Thank you for following along me organizing my craft gaming office room. Let's call it the Mod Podge room. I think that would fit it perfectly. And also seeing what whips I have in the future that I need to complete, whether it's because they're just old whips that I just need to finish up, or they are time-sensitive projects that I'm wanting to make for others. And I hope you're just as excited as me to see when I start knitting the projects that I showed you. In the next video, I will show what the yarn that I bought, because it's pretty cool and look really nice. They're a bit expensive, but if you want good quality yarn, and especially for knitting, it's just better to have natural fiber yarn. In the next video, I will show the yarn that I bought, my experience at the Midwest Fiber Festival, and the progress or the update that I have on my Nebraska trip whips. There's some progress and I will do some more progress for that video as well. If you're someone that has responsibilities and are just trying to find wherever they can time to do their hobbies, join me. I am a mom to a 3-month-old and I work full time. So my projects don't go as quickly as I would like them to, or as they used to go. So follow along. If you want to see more of me, you can go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification button to get notified when I post another video. And if you want to like the video, go right ahead. My goal is to post a new video every Monday at 8 a.m. So I'll see you in the next one.